Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Creative Breakfast. It's good to be back. I hope everyone's had a great week. It's been a busy week, at least from my end. Published more than one video on this channel, surprisingly. First one at the beginning of the week, October 15. That's the date that's going to go down in history. That video is probably done like over, I think we've crossed the 10,000 views category on that one, which is pretty, that's out of the gate. That's a big one for me. But so it's been a good week. It's been a busy week. It's all about the contenting and YouTube have gone crazy. YouTube have gone crazy this week. We're going to get into that. But first, let's jump in and see who's joining us, because that's always good to know. Before the stream, I don't have everything from before the stream here, but I can go back to this one, the pre-chat live on YouTube 2 and live on YouTube 1, which the one channel, the number one channel happens to have a membership. Anfield Road, Layout and the Loft, Lisa, hi, coming in before the stream. Creative Classroom coming in before the stream. If Doug had this on Sunday, it would be called Hewson Day. Yes. All the jokes are coming in on the channel today. Who else we got here? Kevin Hawthorne coming in just before we went live, as always from Lakeland, Florida. Jerry is here as well. Good morning, YouTubers, as always. Food Fun Diary also coming in just before we went live. Chantel Hills is here as always. Frank over 50's in the house. Welcome. Monique has finished all that editing just in time. Always good. Always good. Live Stream Consultants is in the house. Welcome. Trying to get to everybody as they've come in. Amazing. Whoop, not that one. But there's a... Uh-oh. We're telling jokes in the chat already. That's not the one I was going to click on. I was going to say, hi to Amazing Op Destinations. Welcome to the stream. And Larry Home Rapid Repair is here as well. Better Basketball Training Oz Swoosh is here. I am here. Excellent. And okay, what's the joke? Why did the mushroom get invited to the party? Because he was a fun guy. These are definitely dad jokes in the system. I didn't program these jokes. These jokes have not been tested or pre-approved. Let's hope they're clean. Where are we? Learn Spanish World in the house as well. Welcome. Agent ATSB, thank you so much for teaching me how to set up Prism. Yeah, that's an oldie but a goldie on my channel. Absolutely, no problem. And I think that's it. So yeah, whilst there's always Q&A, we keep it open to Q&A for the entire show. You've got a question, I can drop it in the chat with a Q in front. Just makes it a little bit quicker for me to find, which is always good. The other thing that we're going to cover today is, as you can see by the title, we've got a lot of YouTube announcements to discuss. There was some late dropping stuff in a video about 24 hours ago, give or take, maybe a bit less. So it sort of had me scrambling a bit. I was a bit flustered. Earlier in the week, they did some like viewer user announcements that were more related to using the mobile app and TV. So it was more of a user interface sort of announcements. Weren't really a creator announcements as such. So I was going to touch on those briefly as well. So I have them all queued up, ready to go. A big discussion, and obviously the elephant in the room, will be discussing that as well. You'll know when we get to that discussion. I guarantee you'll know when we get to the discussion about the elephant in the room. And it's not a real elephant in this room right now. All right, jumping back in the chat because I can see it's cranking already. I can see some cues, but that could be just saying, hey, yeah, put a cue like that. Mods giving instructions, which is always good. So what I've done is I've actually added a few upgrades to, because I'm using Social Stream Ninja for the comments, as you can see. There's a few sort of basic sort of chat response things that can happen in the chat at any time as well. some things might just pop up here, like the face palm that's popping up here right now. That can happen. There's a few of those that can happen. None of those have audio on them at the moment. They're just like animated GIFs that just pop up out of the blue. Who controls them? Nobody knows. All right. And also, the other thing is we were like about 2 minutes out from the beginning of the stream, and I realised that I had not set up any of the background music I usually use, so we're just going to go without it tonight. I don't even have the cables and the phone and everything that I use for it. I've left it upstairs, so I don't have it. So we're just going to run. We're just going to run solo. So I'll just have to keep talking. No music in the background. But where are we in the chat? Because I'm losing my place. Larry says, dad jokes are good jokes. Yes. I think I missed some stuff before that because the chat keeps moving on me. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Doug. Thanks for the valuable info. Do you have info, or could I request you do a feature session talking about setting up your Amazon influencer videos, earnings, etc.? I do know a little bit about that. I am in the Amazon influencer program. I do upload like product unboxings and reviews to Amazon for a little bit of extra commissions on the side, as you do. So yeah, I could probably do some more content on that. One person who is regularly in this chat that does do a lot of training on Amazon influencer, just as an additional thing, is Miss Eileen Smith, who's probably going to show up at some point if she hasn't already. She's one of the mods on the channel as well, so very knowledgeable about Amazon, probably even more so than me. But I can definitely run through the basics in a session, whether we have a quiet week and I do it as part of the live stream, or I might, if I do a dedicated video. I think I did one dedicated video on Amazon influencer like a year or two back, and didn't really do anything for the channel. So I didn't sort of continue down that path because it was sort of just sideways adjacent to the YouTube sort of things. But yeah, I definitely can cover that in some form in the future. Definitely, I'll take that on board. Agent ATSB asking what application you're using for this live stream. I am streaming with Ecamm Live. I'm on a Mac. So it's a Mac-only streaming software, and it is a streaming software as opposed to streaming in the cloud like StreamYard or a Restream or a what's the one everybody's talking about? EVMux. So it's different to that. And I'm also using Social Stream Ninja, which you can use with any streaming software that uses a browser source like OBS or Streamlabs or Ecamm. I think a couple of the web ones do. Maybe EVMux does that as well. So I'm using like a third party. Like I could do comments built in Ecamm, but I like the look and feel of these ones from Social Stream Ninja and some of the little extra features. So that sort of runs down today's streaming setup in regards to software and so forth. Ooh, we got people guessing. I don't have coffee. That's the coffee one is one of Chantel's chatbot commands. They're all happening. There are a few that are going to pop up. Chantel has the codes, has the keys to the kingdom when it comes to the commands in the chat tonight. Us plus Dad, good morning. Welcome to the stream. SMA Sky is here. Dropping an exclamation joke. Nice. All right. We're just going to go through and make sure we hit some questions here. Food Fun Dory has a question. Please help. I don't know if I'm having a viral moment in my vids or just a massive bot invasion. After posting a new vid yesterday, my views and likes have surged rapidly, and 2 old vids, 2 users hinted at bots. Let's have a look. Let me see if I can pull it up in the background first. Let me get my cursor over here. Well, you will get outliers, what's called outliers, or videos that perform, 2x, 3x, 10x, 100x better than normal because you've maybe I've been timely on a topic, or it's a very sought after topic or something that that's appealing to the viewers. So let's jump on. clean YouTube here. And we'll pull up the channel and have a look. Because, you know, this is worth getting a bit of a look. And so what I'm going to do, there it is. Okay, I'm going to go, I'm assuming it's a video, or is it a short? Or is it an older video? Let me reread the question. Let's put it up on the screen for a second again. There it is. Posting new vid. Okay, new vid. New vid. Just wondering if anybody, let me look. There's a second part to the question, so let me have a look here first. If YouTube detects and removes these bots, will my channel be negatively impacted? I hope they don't think I use bots. Usually YouTube are pretty smart about where these sorts of things come from. So usually not. So I'm just going to come back to here. And what I want to do is see if there's any further information further down the chat that I can glean here. My sub count also surged rapidly and still as well. Yeah. Interesting. I'm just wondering which video in particular is like the primary video in question. So I'm just going to jump back to the screenshot here. And I'm seeing 508 views, that's a day ago. What was the time frame again? Massive after posting a new vid yesterday. Okay, so it's this one. I'm only seeing 508 views. Like you've got video, it's probably gone a little quicker, but I don't think that's over the top. Like that seems to be within range of what I'd expect looking at. Like the one from 8 days ago is 303. So this one might be like a nicer hashtag trending. I'm not sure where you got hashtag trending on them all because I don't think hashtag trending is going to help you any. Just in putting that in the title. Obviously, the imagery is a factor on the thumbnails. Best hawker food, Fernvale Hawker Centre. So maybe because you're doing something from this particular place, a little bit more popular, possibly you're getting a few more views than usual. Like, I think you're just getting up to where the views sort of level off a little bit quicker, which means you may end up, when it gets out to like 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to be a little bit hot. It's going to be definitely higher than these. But that's what you want. I don't think this is like viral, out of control. I wouldn't be, like looking at this, I wouldn't be concerned with bots. Let me have a look at let me pull up and look at the comments. I need to pause the video so we don't get that audio. You know, a lot of just people dropping heart emojis and all that, all the wonderful stuff that people drop in. Another great hawker centre, another great vlog, so positive, video amazing. Yum. Something in Korean. Paradise of Taste, yeah, all on topic sort of stuff. A lot of people just dropping positive comments, which is always fun. Okay. Somebody's saying there that they're a new subscriber, so that's good. So that's an indicator that maybe you're just starting to get a little bit more traction. So you're sort of just starting to go like a little bit more to the next level when it comes to the content. Starting to get a little bit more traction, a little bit more eyeballs on it, publishing regularly, more returning viewers, all that good stuff. I'm not seeing anything on the peripheral that looks like it's like blowing up out of control. Just at the moment. So I'm going to come back and get to some more questions, but that's an interesting one. We'll monitor that. Just keep an eye on things and just see how it behaves over the next week in particular. Okay, I see a question and I'm thinking this is like a question, but it's a joke. Why is the computer stressed? Because it had a hard drive. Better basketball training Allswish says, can you give a brief overview of changes you plan to discuss to spark our curiosity? Yeah, I can tell you what's coming up. As soon as I get through the chat, we're going to jump over. We're going to talk about some auto cropping that they're talking about for shorts remixing. We'll automatically like crop some frames for you. Some automation there. Some ad blocking controls, so you can control what type of ads show on your videos. That's an interesting one to me. An update for courses and custom thumbnails for playlists. And then we're going to get to at the end, we're going to get to the main topic, which is the whole shorts rollout that's been like in the news this week. If you've been watching any YouTube sort of content or you're going, oh yeah, I'm going to start uploading longer shorts now. Then you go, hang on, why is there no longer shorts? We're going to be talking about that a little bit more. I did a couple of videos on that already. So yeah, that's what's to come up when we get to that. And I'm going to scoot through. First one, the average view duration on older videos is now 30 seconds as compared to yesterday's 50 seconds. So it's gone down a little bit. I wouldn't panic too much just yet. From two older videos, 30 seconds compared to yesterday's. Yeah, but that's to be expected when obviously it's short in comparison to maybe the entire video. That is concerning, and that's to do with the flow and the storytelling and basically the what happens at the start and how well you actually can move people through. And I see what you mean though. When that drops super low, it could be an indication people are just clicking but not watching. So I do see the concern about bots in that case. But at this stage, I'd monitor it. YouTube aren't going to hold you to blame if they can see those bots are coming from some weird place or anything. If it is a bot at all, if there are any type of bots, they may throttle traffic to that particular video if they feel that it's some sort of invalid traffic play, which isn't like necessarily on you. They know very well now that a lot of this invalid traffic stuff that's going on isn't the creator's fault. It's bad actors outside of YouTube, so they know that, but they have to protect the platform, and so they'll maybe throttle like how much they show that video for a period of time, and definitely be like verifying every view as they go. But I would just monitor that for now. I wouldn't be concerned to the point of trying to get answers or anything. I would just be watching it and just watching the behavior and see if anything changes, see if it continues, see if it stops completely. Yeah. So it's at this point, it's like watch and observe. There's a question here. Any suggestions for helping moderate the same stream on two platforms? That's a good question. Because if you've got somebody who's moderating, say you've got a moderator, if you've got a number of moderators, you can like assign them to different platforms, or alternatively have them open up multiple platforms. But sometimes it's better to say, hey, moderator number one, you look after YouTube. Moderator number two, you look after Twitch. Moderator number three, you look after whatever the other platforms are. You could do it that way. If you've got one single moderator, they might need to open a YouTube chat and a Twitch chat and whatever, and just sort of run and gun it. Pop out chats and have them side by side on the screen. Big dual monitors, battle station sort of stuff. That's probably one. Probably the more practical way. Or you could have like, I'm moderating YouTube on the computer. I'm moderating Twitch on my iPad. I'm moderating another platform on my phone. That's you could obviously do that as well. But you'll probably see that there's like a primary one. Like for me, that's like obviously YouTube is where most of the comments and everything are going to come from. Even when I simulcast to Twitch, very rarely get anything on there. But usually just have the chat popped open just to keep an eye on things, just in case, because you do get spammers in there sometimes. All right. older videos from me. Oh, so there's some activity on older videos at the same time. That's interesting. 50 subs for that day. Yeah, if you could narrow down those subs are off that older video, the Nirvana dessert. For within the day, it could be that over time that video's gain traction. YouTube's understanding better who the viewer is, and it's starting to take off. Either picking up in search. You can check this all in the analytics. Go and look at the traffic source for that particular video, and in the last however many days, you can narrow down that search field and just see where those views are coming from. That can be an indicator of some things that might be happening. If they say YouTube advertising, that's a trigger. That's something's not right. Somebody's using that video as an ad, or if for some reason maybe they put the wrong video URL in and made a mistake, and so they're sending traffic your way, which is good and bad at the same time. It could be a whole lot of different things, but look at the traffic source and see if there's like one that sticks out as obvious for that period where you saw the spike. All right, I really need to. I'm just going to scroll down and looking for questions. Going to look for questions because I need to get through and start talking. Have I missed anybody coming in? Like always, be mine. YT, welcome to the stream. Have I missed anybody else? Let me know if I've missed anybody else on the way in. And don't forget, there's that as well. Beautiful. A lot of chat going on there, but I think we need to jump in. We need to start jumping into the topics today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that back, and we're going to jump into this one. All right, first thing we're going to do is just briefly mention some of the highlights from the earlier announcement this week, which is all to do with users or viewers of the platform, particularly mobile and the TV experience. They're doing some design updates, some UI updates. So some things might start looking a little bit different. The one thing I have noticed, like in the last 24 hours, is the notification red circle. Instead of being a red circle with white in it, the writing inside is now black on mine at least. So I'm not sure if that's a dark mode, light mode appearance thing or what, but I'm on dark mode. But I noticed that had just started looking a little different today. And so they're going to be putting a lot more, because of YouTube, they're going to be adding a lot of red accenting and stuff on some things in the coming period of time. I don't think anything's rolled out yet in that regard. There was some other minor viewer user updates, which I didn't write down, but I do have them here on a screenshot. So let me just pull them up real quick to go through. You can see the other ones on there. There's some updates to playlists, collaborative playlists where you can collaborate with other people to add things into playlists. So if you say on the YouTube Music app, you can all vote for, or not vote for, but add songs to a playlist so they can be played at a party. Nothing new there. In a video form that you can suggest videos. So maybe you're having a watch party at a party, like you're in person throwing up on the TV or a projector, and you're showing YouTube videos, and people can suggest videos to watch. The other thing with playlists is the custom thumbnail, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in a minute. And then they're looking at later on, maybe next year, is adding like a voting feature to playlists where if it's a public playlist, people can vote on the order of the videos in the playlist for just adding a little bit of gamification to YouTube. Which was your favorite video? Which was your least favorite video? And the other thing is badges, just for user badges, if they hit some sort of, not so much a milestone, but more of a, they were like the first person to ever become a member on a channel, they might get a badge for that. Other things that they might have done on the platform interacting with content, and they'll be allocating badges. YouTube haven't specifically said what types of badges there will be, and I think they'll just be adding to them constantly. So you can accrue, as a viewer, you can accrue badges to, it adds a little bit of like hey, gamification again to YouTube as a viewer, as somebody who uses the platform. The other thing, when we go back up to the new other user updates, they're refreshing the mini player on mobile so that you can move it around a little bit more into the corners and stuff. And there's something about a sleep timer, so you might fall asleep watching a video or listening to YouTube music. You can set a sleep timer so that when it hits the end of that timer, it'll just shut off the music or the video that you're watching, so that you can so you don't have to like wake up and turn it off. You can just let the app stop the music or stop the video in due course. So they're like the highlights from the viewer thing. These aren't really creator specific things. So that's what we're going to jump into now. Let's go to the first one. Some of these have been mentioned before, but these are specifically pointed out in the YouTube roundup video that came out 24 hours ago. And I've just pulled out the ones that are sort of new that we haven't discussed before, because they did add in some ones that we've talked about before, like short thumbnails and different things like that. The first one is the Shorts Remix Auto Crop. So if you're like grabbing a video from maybe one of your own videos or somebody else's video, and you're doing a remix on it, and you're taking a section, and obviously if it's a long form video, you want to take part of the frame that makes sense for vertical. And so there's an automatic AI resizer, recrop, and it will actually crop the right part of the scene for the action, instead of you having to manually do it by sliding the thing around. And it will land on that by default when you go into doing the cropping and the layout. And you'll get that, as you can see, there's like a little magic wand button, which is the first one. You do that, and it will actually like follow the action for that portion of the clip that you're using. So that's a nifty feature as a creator. Ad blocking controls. Now, in the past, I made a video about ad blocking and how you go into Google AdSense and how you can block certain websites and certain types of content showing up as ads on your videos. So you don't want political ads, so you don't want religious ads, you don't want ads about a particular product. You can do various blockings. They've moved those settings from AdSense into your YouTube settings. So there's a setting, if you go into your studio and go to settings, there's a tab now called ad categories, and it basically is set up very much similar to what it was in the AdSense UI. So it gives you the same tabs and the same features and things that you can tweak. Ads URLs that you want to exclude from ads, like if you want to block the competitors to the brand that you're actually doing a brand ambassadorship for, or you're doing a sponsorship for, and you want to block their competitors from advertising on your video while you're talking about them. You can do that, all that sort of stuff. So these ad blocking controls are now in Studio. I'm going to do a tutorial on this pretty soon, so look out for that. All right, next. Courses. I was shocked and surprised to see them actually mention how you set up a course as like a very brief introduction. But that being said though, there's I need to jump over to the screen shares. That being said, you need to note that the eligibility requirements for courses. It says, currently we're testing courses with a limited group of creators to ensure the best experience once this feature has been made more broadly available. So you don't have it yet, but when you do, they're sort of telling you how you can use it. So that tells me that we should be fairly confident that we might get a greater rollout sooner rather than later. You can only create or manage courses in the YouTube Studio on desktop, although you can upload courses through any mobile app. You'll still need to use a desktop to add them to your courses. Courses that require payments are in limited beta. So this is early testing on the courses. You can make at the moment, the people who are making courses are making free courses. So it's just the basic sort of process of setting up a course. Courses that require payments are in limited beta and are not available to be created in YouTube Studio at this time. So yeah. Okay. And if you look at that video, they're telling you briefly how you do it. Basically, you can either create a new course by you going up and hitting the plus button up in the top. Let's have a look for a second. So if I hit the plus button up at the top, it won't have courses now. You can see I don't have courses yet. But when you do, it'll show up here as an option, create a course. It'll be like at the bottom, create a course. And then you can go and do that. You can also go into your playlists and click on the three dots menu on the playlist and turn it into a course if you have courses enabled on your system. So the fact that they've mentioned that in this video sort of indicates to me that there should be a greater rollout happening very soon. So I know there's people who are in the community who've been seriously waiting on courses. So so there's some hope that those courses are coming, even at least in a free course sense, where you can put together structured content based on videos being in a sequence that people can work through as part of a course. That is coming. That is coming. All right, let's get back to, now I don't know which one it is. Is that courses? Okay, that's where we're up to, courses. The next one, custom playlist thumbnails. Before, playlists would use the thumbnail from the first video in the playlist to be the thumbnail for the playlist. Now, you should be able to, I haven't checked this yet to see if I've actually got this, so I'm just going to jump into Studio. Actually, I don't even need to jump into Studio. I just have to go to my channel. I'll just get this happening. But basically, you're able to go into the playlist settings and have the option to upload a custom thumbnail. So if I had a, let's see. I want to edit this playlist. Okay. No, I can't do it from there. I got to do it from Studio. Okay. Jump into Studio instead, and then I'll pull up on screen once I'm there. All right. Let's see, playlists. Let's see if it's not there, then I think I have to go to edit on YouTube, and here we go. Yes. Once you go into your playlist and then go edit on YouTube, and then you get into this window here, you can see the thumbnail has a little pencil icon, and I click on it, and immediately it wants me to grab a file to upload as the thumbnail for the playlist. So yeah, you can do that right now. I've got it anyway. So yeah, so that's a good thing. So let's jump back to that one again. Get rid of these extra tabs. All right, next. I saw this one on Threads earlier today. YouTube is now displaying hashtags on shorts. And I didn't do a very good job of showing, but right. Let's see if I can blow that up live on camera. Okay, so all I have to do is technically pull that up. You can see. I think you can see the hashtag there. It's right above the channel name. Hashtag. So basically all this is doing is showing the hashtag that you put, probably, I'm not sure if that's in the title or description, maybe both. And it's putting it as a clickable link over top of everything else in your short. And I think this is a silly idea. I think this is the dumbest thing in shorts so far, and we see some dumb things happening in shorts. Because these are clickable links, somebody just has to click on it, and they're being taken away from the shorts shelf, taken away from your short that's been playing. Is that going to be counted as a swipe away? I don't know, but I think this is silly. I don't know if anybody's got their own thoughts on that one, but I think it's silly. Yeah, it could be a facepalm moment. Absolutely. The placement of the facepalm, indeed. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that. I'm like, okay, something we didn't want. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is 3-minute shorts. Before I'm going to jump back to the main screen, we're going to talk about it, but I'm just going to quickly look at the chat as well. All right. Let's see some comments about some of the things we just saw. I'm very interested to see what badges details will be. Yeah, be interested to see what sort of badges there are. Definitely for sure. Jerry says sleep time has been a premium test feature. It's great. Okay, it's good feedback. Yeah, I think it's a useful tool for sure. Not one that I've typically used in the past, but I can see its use. And the one and only Eileen Smith in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. Little Crafty Nook is here as well. All right. Just scrolling down, see if there's any more comments about it. Cha-ching King, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure which part that was aimed at, but I'll say hello and welcome to the stream regardless. Yeah, it would be it'd definitely be related to whatever hashtags that the creators put in on that short, and I don't know, because it seems like they encourage you to put it in the title. So maybe they sort of just cut that part of the title and stick them up there. What happens if you put multiple? I'm not sure either. I have no details for that. Jerry says it's also rolling out on vertical lives as well. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. 3-minute shorts. I encourage to get all the nuanced details. I encourage everyone to go watch my latest video, the one that came out like 24 hours ago, because that talks about how YouTube did tell us some of the things about how the launch was going to go in a video on October 4th on Creator Insider, but we all missed it, which is not our fault because they could have spelled it out more clearly throughout the announcement and through to October 15th when everybody was expecting huzzah, longer shorts, 3-minute shorts on YouTube, huzzah, and people uploading and going, hey, this is a long-form video. What's going on? So I'd encourage you to go and watch that video because in the second part of that video, I actually go through the announcement that Renee Ritchie put out, I think it's yesterday or Thursday, in regards to how the timing of the phases of the rollout. It's progressive things happening, and it basically, in a short form, I'll tell you what they are. Phase 1 is the fact that from October 15, any video that meets the criteria is flagged to be deemed to be ready to be pulled into the shorts feed if and when they get that sorted. And that's when we come to phase 2 is they expect to have that part where it will say, okay, this longer short qualifies. Let's start showing it in the shorts feed. That's supposed to happen by the end of next week. So let's aim for the I think I worked it out as the 22nd of October. Then phase 3. Around the end of November, so the end of next month, you'll start seeing them appear as shorts in other places on YouTube that isn't in the shorts feed, like in Shorts Shelf, in the Shorts Shelf on subscription feeds, Shorts Shelf on people's channels, things like that. So for the time period, up until end of November, those things are still going to show outside of the shorts feed as long-form video. They'll certainly get picked up to be shown as a short, but it's also going to be getting picked up as a long form up until subject to dates changing and things, the end of November, and hopefully they will get that sorted so that they'll start appearing in the correct content type in your contents tab. So video, shorts, live streams, playlists, posts. So that will show up there correctly. So that is something to be looking out for. And then phase 4 is to do with all the apps to do with the creation of shorts. So the shorts tool in the YouTube app, the YouTube Create app and so forth, if you make something that is a short and you want to use all the shorts tools like the remixing and the adding the shorts music and different things, that's going to be in the first part of 2025. And I don't know the exact timing. I don't know if that's going to be January, it's going to be February, it's going to be March, it's going to be April. Is the first part the first half? Is it the first quarter? I don't know. It's very that part's still very vague, and I'm assuming their timing is still up in the air, depending how quickly they can get that done. So there's a lot of programming to do for that latter part. You're talking about like programming that's in an app. So it's like you're coding features to allow a longer video. So that is some interesting stuff. If you want to, you can either look at my video from yesterday, or you can go look for that short that Renee put out, which is acting as a long form on the Creator Liaison channel. And it goes for like a minute and a half or something like that. And it is filmed vertically, like it should be a short, that should start showing in shorts once all these changes kick over. So yeah, the elephant in the room is basically this whole last week has been a big massive confusion for creators in general. YouTube didn't communicate it clearly. Renee obviously is the only one that's been coming out and scrambling to actually give some specifics, and I applaud him for that, because the general documentation doesn't tell you much at the moment. I haven't gone and checked it since yesterday or the day before. There's not a lot on there in regards to the timing of things. People, and myself included, I expected some switch to get turned on sometime in October 15. We just didn't know what time of the day it was going to happen. No switch to make them shorts. It was just a date range filter so that they would know which new longer shorts would be actually applicable as longer shorts. Because anything before October 15, if you had something that happened to be vertical and under 3 minutes and was more than 1 minute and had always been acting as a long form piece of content, it's going to stay a long form piece of content. They're just looking at anything that's been uploaded from the 15th and onwards. So if you have already uploaded something and sort of disappointed that hasn't gone into the short shelf yet, just have some patience. YouTube are working on that. It will convert over if you've met the requirements and you uploaded after the 15th. It's square to vertical, so it's more portrait than landscape, more vertical than horizontal, and it's under 3 minutes. Between 1 minute and 3 minutes, because everything that you create that's still under a minute is automatically getting recognized as a short still. So it hasn't done anything to the sub 60-second shorts. They're still working as normal. So let's jump into the chat. So people are saying, Jerry is in a vertical boot camp with YouTube, and partner managers running it stresses that hashtags are very important to vertical lives. I would like an explanation on that if you happen to be asking questions, because I don't understand how they are important. How are they important? Because the only use of hashtags that I've seen, and I've seen confirmed with other people who work at YouTube, is that they're just links to watch search pages that are based on that same hashtag. So it will show you every video in the world with that same hashtag on it, and they'll be sorted in some random way or by most recent or something like that, depending on how you're accessing it. So that's interesting. Yeah, people want hashtags to do something, but they think that it's going to be like an old school tag, like an SEO thing. It's like it's going to give me extra juice in the algorithm, and I can't see that giving extra juice in any algorithm that YouTube puts out, because that's not how they do things. So I'm interested to see what they think is the explanation for that. You can't just put it out there without an explanation, because I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true personally. I'm a hashtag skeptic. How's that? Yes. And it was, then he posted it to the other platforms, and of course the ones that went to the other platforms were vertical already, because they allow you to do vertical videos and whatnot. So I thought that was humorous. Let's see. That is so true. Jerry says, I think October 15 is where they wanted to start the sandbox to test, but they should have been more upfront. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Whatever that October. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That I think most of us were going in blind. We're thinking October 15, we're going to start seeing longer shorts on YouTube that day. Like I thought that was the case. I thought I was going to see them. I was going to see them longer shorts in the shorts feed from sometime on the 15th. It's crazy. So the bottom line is it was a communication fail, and I can see that they put some seeds out there, but the seed that they put out there was on a channel that doesn't get like a lot of creators watch Creator Insider. I think there's a lot of creators out there that don't watch Creator Insider, and it's not even an official channel. They don't watch the YouTube Creators channel. They don't subscribe or watch the Creator Liaisons channel. If you want information on YouTube and keep abreast of this stuff, you either got to be like subscribed to those channels and watching their content, or trying to get updated through myself or through vidIQ or through TubeBuddy or through Nick Nimmin, Roberto Blake and those guys, whoever puts out, Nate Black and that, where we might talk about a new feature that YouTube's brought out. And that's how a lot of creators find out about it, because the creators aren't looking at that. And it's okay for them to rely on somebody to tell them. But if we don't even know, like I'm sharing stuff as I find out stuff sometimes. It's like, this is what I just found out and I didn't know anything about that. Did you? And it turns out probably no. Nobody knew. Nobody knew in this case. Oh, awesome. Yes, I just assumed that you would probably any question that you have, you're definitely taking advantage of making sure to put that in. Better be a hashtag skeptic than a hashtag septic. Coplexus, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Even viewers been complaining they're not getting longer shorts yet. Yeah, true. When you do the announcements and you just touch on like the beginning, October 15, it's like, okay, I'm running off the headline now. I'm a viewer, I'm a creator, it doesn't really matter. I'm running off the headline. And often they do go into some details like overview. An overview would have been somewhat good. We got a little sort of kind of overview, but it wasn't a detailed overview. It didn't tell us the important stuff, and it misled because when people don't get the right information, they assume. And what happens when you assume? Yes. In this case, it's YouTube. YouTube's lack of clarity that made us assume. And, creators out there are just getting... people in my comments all week flustered because I uploaded my long short, and it's like 2.5 minutes long, and it's vertical, and it's showing as a long form video. What's going on? And I'm still like today, sort of trying to point people in the right direction in the comments. I tell you what, that I've done more comments this week than I've done in a very long time. So those videos were getting a lot of traction, a lot of questions from creators, and we're just trying to plug the holes and trying to find out information and get it to creators because up until 24, 48 hours ago, YouTube weren't doing a very good job of it themselves. And then they start posting little snippets to Twitter, X, Threads, maybe some other places, community posts and stuff. But people are still not seeing it. People are still not getting updated with that information, even though they're publishing it in different places, in text form, in video form. It's still trying to get out. So we all got to sort of get together and just sort of let people know if they're getting confused by this, so try and point them in the right direction for the right information, or tell them what that information is. I think, I always think of the term that Daryl Eves talks about, creators helping creators. If we can reach out and help at least one fellow creator sort of get past the confusion, then that helps us as a community. So let's go back to hitting these questions and stuff. The wording is vague, and that phase list that Renee did should have been the front and center announcement. Yeah, it should have been. And then because what that does is now they're scrambling. It makes it look like they weren't I had comments saying that YouTube dropped the ball because it was supposed to all be ready on the 15th and they didn't have it ready in time. But that wasn't the case. YouTube just didn't tell us that it was going to be this structured rollout. We didn't get the specifics on that, and so people were coming with these theories that YouTube just didn't meet the deadline. It's like, well, if they're still going to be doing stuff until the end of next week and November and into 2025, then that October 15 was never the deadline for all that stuff. It's just that they just didn't communicate it clearly. Brian Weber in the house. Welcome to the stream. I don't know. I don't know who's bigger, but who was taller? I don't know if I stood up next to him to see if I was taller or he was taller. I got a feeling he's pretty tall guy, Nate Black. Somebody else who wasn't me, it was at Vid Summit, can tell me, was Nate taller or was I taller? Because we all know that Nick Nimon's pretty tall too. Food Van Dory has a question. How's the average view duration determined? Is it over 1 day or average lifetime? And just the general average view duration that you see on like the main analytics tab, that is a lifetime. That is definitely lifetime average view duration. So that's an average based on all the views and all the times people watched, how far through did they watch, and then this person watched it for 1 minute, this person watched it for 5 minutes, this person watched it for 3.5 minutes, and then obviously the more views over time, the more sort of valuable that piece of information is in regards to being accurate, because anything with statistics is accuracy comes with a large data source or large spread of data. If you only have a small amount of data, if you only have 100 views, then the average is going to be more telling. The average is going to be based on who those 100 initial viewers are. All sorts of things could be in factor. Are those views coming from advertising? Are those views coming from browse, suggested, search? Are they coming from different places? Are they coming? Are people watching? Are people watching on a mobile? Are people watching on a TV? Are people watching on the computer? Are people watching on an iPad? You can, a lot of these are going to skew the data in different directions. And sometimes you can drill down and look at the specifics of the traffic sources or the devices to find out whether, people watching on TV seem to watch longer than people on the phone or vice versa. What happens in that particular instance. But when it comes to average view duration, that's like overall, every view, how many views everybody got, add them all up, divide them by the number of, it's the old average formula that you learn at school. It's the total watch time divided by how many views there were equals the average view duration. That's true. You got to be able to keep the people watching for longer than the 1 minute that you used to have. Can you keep them watching 3 minutes? It may advantage longer form contenters that's transitioned to doing some shorts, where they might be better set because they've had practice to do like longer form, keeping people watching for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can keep people watching 5 or 10 minutes, then you got a better chance of keeping people watching up to 3 minutes. So it could be an advantage to long formers who want to sort of transition and do a little bit more shorts. Oh, the puns are coming fast. So are you saying that YouTube shortchanged creators? Possibly. Greg is in the house. It is Greg, Hewson YT member for 5 months. And that's a milestone message. I can't even remember which button that is. Milestone message. Is it this one?
Thank you for your membership milestone message.
It is. It's that one. Good to see you, Greg. Probably. No, so I'm 6'1" and he's a little taller, and you are about the same height. Okay. I don't love shorts because I'm building a library over here, not selling newspapers. Absolutely. You got to go with what your content strategy is. It's not like everything for everybody. Like some people that aren't interested in live streams or being a live streamer or watching live streams. Some people really love the community. So, live streaming is not for everyone. It's the same as shorts isn't for everyone. And maybe people aren't sort of into, maybe not interested in making a podcast. So, and some people, I want to make a podcast. I'm really into them. So it's like, what is your strategy? What is your plan? What is it that you want to do? What's your goal and how you're going to get there? And that might say, well, I'm just going to focus on long form content. And if that's the strategy, then you don't need to worry about shorts. Good morning. There's something to be said for evergreen, because you can have a video sort of blow up because of a trending topic, which is what happened with my videos this week. They went up over 10K since whenever I put it out Monday or Tuesday this week, and it's already at 10K. That's like because it's a trending topic. That's not going to end up being evergreen in the long run. It's going to taper off at some point. It is already slowing down. So evergreen is good. So searchable evergreen content can, be bringing a regular recurring traffic day after day and week after week to your channel. And, every view is potential ad revenue, potential subscriber as well. So, evergreen is something that should be in everybody's back pocket. They don't have to make like 100% evergreen videos, but I think it's good to have a library of evergreen videos somewhere in the back. Something that helps people. How-to content is a good example of evergreen. Something that's a tutorial, is reliable, something that will still be relevant for maybe months or years. That's the sort of thing to get that happening. Live streaming is for everyone. You must comply. I'm like, hey, I'll take the subs however they come. Like if I'm putting out a short, I'm wanting the short to be its own thing. I'm making a short to be a short. To communicate something in the short. I'm not trying to use the short to be something else. I'm not trying to redirect them to a long form. I'm not trying to use the short to like con people into watching my longer content. I want people to get some value from the short that they watch. If they never watch one again, they get some value from the one that they watch. If they want to subscribe because they want more of that stuff, then that's good. So social proof is, there's pros and cons to social proof. It can be beneficial, but then there's a downside to it as well. So there's nothing wrong with social proof, but I think, if you're getting it through shorts, maybe those subs aren't coming back for your long form. If that's your intention for your YouTube channel is like the long form play, then you don't want to be inviting subscribers from shorts. You want to sort of not have that like large base of people who are hanging around who aren't interested in watching any of your content. So So yeah, you just be careful, and that comes to the topics that you talk about as well, whether it's long form, short form, live stream. You talk about the stuff that is in the wheelhouse of your channel. What's your channel about? What is the goal of your channel? What is the value of your channel? Does the video that you're intending to make meet that value or that mission statement or that value proposition, as we often talk about? It does it fall outside? If it falls outside the value proposition, then either don't make the video or put it on another channel. Anyway, I feel I'm going to go down a rabbit hole if I start talking about that. What do you think is a good number of views is for a long form to be able to sell multiple low-cost digital downloads that helps an audience? That's a good question. I think over time you want to be able to get some decent like views. But remember, if you're making evergreen content and then that download is always going to be applicable, then that's something that's going to be building over time. And so you should have that ready, like even when you're doing like the videos that are getting low views now but are evergreen are in time going to build, get more viewers consistently over time. It's going to build up. One day that video is going to hit 100,000 views, but when it came out, it was a 10 of 10, and you're like, yeah, this video really isn't doing anything. But over time, YouTube's found its audience. People are finding it in search, if it's something that's evergreen in particular, and they're coming back to it, and people are coming in, and you got to have your offer there ready for people to engage with it. So I wouldn't worry about how many a video is getting, but just make sure that the offer is there so that anybody who does watch a video, even if it's 5 people who actually watch it and go, yeah, I want to get that digital download. So it better be available for them. Set it up for the future. It's like putting an affiliate link for something in all your videos. People aren't going to be like jumping on that from the first video that you include in the description. But if you include it in every description, like it's a gear you use, or it's like, hey, I live stream with say StreamYard, and here's the affiliate link for StreamYard. But over time, people click on that, and you start earning commissions over time, and that could build up. If you do something that's like a recurring commission, like a TubeBuddy type affiliate thing, where people sign up and you're getting a percentage of their monthly renewals, like forever, whilst they still stick with TubeBuddy, then that's something that's worth doing as early as possible, so you can take advantage over time, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and it's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It builds up and gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it rolls down the hill. It's picking up more snow, adding more snow to the pack. That it's like that, whether it's a digital download, whether it's an affiliate link, all that stuff. So don't worry about the views as much as making sure that the offer is there and it's presented so they can find it and click on it. That's what you've got to be worried about. And then make sure that video is going to be something that is very possibly going to be an evergreen topic, unless something changes drastically. I have been notified. All right. Great to see you both come up in my feed tonight. It's been a minute. Have a great week. Thanks for hanging out for the past hour or so. I think we've been up for about an hour. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. If you've got any questions or anything, just pop them in the chat right now with the Q in front of it. And I think I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to call this one.
It's the last call.
It's the last call. So this is your last opportunity to put those questions, make those comments, and do all those things. And drop those last call emojis in the chat. And we even had the GIF pop up there. I'll probably find a better one. That one was like, I thought it was good at the time, but I'm like, yeah, it's last call. There are some. Put it this way: when I was searching for a last call GIF or GIF, however you want to say it. There was some sort of probably inappropriate one, so I better not put that one on my live stream. All right. Hey, no problem at all. Here to help. Good question. Brian is here. Is TubeBuddy best resource to use to update descriptions with call to action offers, aka digital downloads? It's the best one that I've come across. Like that is my number one go-to tool on TubeBuddy is to find and replace. If I need to either update an affiliate link or add an affiliate link to the bottom of all the descriptions in the past, that is the way to go. Is that find and replace feature in TubeBuddy? I don't know if anybody else has it. I haven't come across anybody else that has it. So if it's good for anything, it's good for that. Good old TubeBuddy. Like TubeBuddy does some good stuff. Obviously, they got some more flexible, like A/B testing, in the sense of testing titles and thumbnails. So there's an option there as well with TubeBuddy. So there is some value in TubeBuddy. The classic. If you're doing classic keyword research, if you want to research the topics for your videos, that's one way to do it. Is through TubeBuddy as well. But there's a lot of tools coming out now in regards to video ideas, ideation, video planning, brainstorming titles, brainstorming thumbnails, different things, different tools that do different things. One that I saw demonstrated yesterday is very good, and I think is a sort of, I would call it a Spotter competitor. They're not like ready as fully formed as Spotter, and I know Spotter's still developing, but definitely more affordable than Spotter, because I know Spotter is quite expensive. Spotter Studio I'm talking about. And that is called Creative Fuel. I don't have an affiliate link or anything for Creative Fuel, but I think Chantel has the link to Creative Fuel. I think it's Creative Fuel. Is it creative? It's Creative Fuel .ai, I think it is. And that's a good tool for developing video ideas based on it looks at your content and gives you recommendations, all driven with some AI in the background there to do all that. Yeah, there it is. Chantel's dropped that Creative Fuel. Yes, it's Creative Fuel. So check that out. I saw a demonstration on Daniel Batal's live stream less than 24 hours ago. I'm actually looking at the thumbnail for it right now. It's been made by Phil, who was the original founder of TubeBuddy. So he's working on that, and I think the future for video creators to be creative but yet be competitive is ideation. And ideation is coming up with video ideas and formulating those ideas into videos that you can make, and then therefore that part, coming up with those ideas, formulating it. You're obviously doing your input as well, and then you actually go and make that video. They're not making the video for you. I think if you get to a point where there's automation all the way through the process, that's where you lose creativity, and the video becomes soulless. Who's watched the soulless video before? Like, I've probably made some. not that they're automated, but but here's what you don't want to watch a soulless video. You want to watch something that's got a little bit of heart, a little bit of empathy or creativity, or it's packed full of value in some description. So I think tools like Creative Fuel are good for that, for sure, for just being like the helper and not being the thing that takes over the creative process, because they're not helping you. They're not taking over the creative process. They're assisting you with the creative process in the sense of ideation, coming up with video ideas, what ideas are proven to work, what ideas aren't proven to work. Because a lot of the time, especially small creators, we often get in and want to throw mud at the wall and see what sticks. And that's one way of testing stuff. But then you can use tools that are actually going to show you some ideas that are always proven, or something that might be coming up that's trending that could possibly work for you as well. So yeah, there's a lot of that sort of stuff going on, and but I'll be looking at creative fuel for some of that stuff. Obviously, TubeSpan is another good one that has a lot of like helper tools, like helping you with scheduling and creating thumbnails and so much stuff in Tube Spanner. Tube Spanner's got a wide range. You can start to formulate your script. Obviously, you're doing a lot of the work, but it's helping you formulate your script if you do scripted content, helping you with some ideation as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So Tube Spanner's great. Creative Fuel's great. You know, there's still nothing wrong with like your video cues and your Tube Buddies. They're good too. They all do different things and focus on different methodologies, and also focus on different tools, specific helper tools. So there's a lot of tools out there. And one thing that I sort of felt like, especially going to Vid Summit this year, it was a little bit of overwhelm with the amount of different new tools coming out and what do they all do, and you know, what's legit and maybe what's blowing a little bit too much smoke, if you know what I mean. But overall, I think there's some really good tools out there. Absolutely. So yeah, that's the code again. And I just need to go and press a button here. So while I'm doing that, see if there's anything else. Yep, and there's the link to Tube Spanner as well. Tube Spanner is very good. Like, I'll be using Tube Spanner in about 20 or so minutes from now. So let me just tell you that. All right. Don't forget that coming up right after, well, not right after the stream, but you know, in about 20 minutes or so from now, is Nick Nimmin will be live. He'll be live. I'm sure he'll be there with D as well. Nimmin live, answering your YouTube questions. Always a fun place to hang out for a couple of hours on a Saturday. I'll be there, and Chantel will be there, and other people in the chat will be there. So if you want to hang around, once my stream ends, the chat, people in the chat will automatically roll over to Nick's stream. So let's talk about what is coming up. And yeah, Nick Nimmin, 9 a.m. Eastern today, just in case you didn't know the time already for that. And then straight after, well, not straight after that, there's nothing else on today that I'm aware of. Coming up on Sunday, Chantel's doing her live stream. Always talking about live streaming topics in particular. And this week we're going to be talking about EVMux as an option for browser streaming. And Chantel will actually be using EVMux to do that stream. So it's a live demonstration test and Q&A and whatever else ends up happening on the stream. And I'll be back here same time next week as always. So that's always good. All right. I'm looking for the last questions. Is your Buy Me Coffee link correct? It should. If it doesn't work, try the QR code instead. Yeah. That the one that's pinned should be. Let me have a look at it right now. Unless I filled it in wrong. I copied and pasted it from my link tree. So hopefully it still has the correct linking. That comes from that's my. Oh, there we go.
Someone just bought Doug a coffee.
And there it does. There it is working. Thank you. Someone bought Doug a cup and says, thanks for your help. No problem. There was no name attached to the pop-up there. Let me have a look real quick in the notifications. Ooh, it might have been done anonymously. Just as someone in the Buy Me Coffee. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Always appreciate a good coffee as well. Smith, drop the direct one. Yeah, I had the shortened link one in the pin comment. So, oh, the pin one doesn't work. Oh, I wonder if what I did is I pasted the one for my. Do I have an affiliate one for Buy Me a Coffee? It might be the affiliate one. If I have an affiliate with Buy Me a Coffee, it might be the affiliate one instead of my Buy Me a Coffee link. So yeah, apologies that I put that wrong code in. All right. Okay, and that one doesn't work either. Yeah, it's the same one. That's the one I pinned. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, it was in my little exclamation It's in my chat bot basically, so I can fix that. So that's good to know. So we learned something there. Something I have to fix. So before next stream, make sure I don't put it in there. I don't even know if that's the one in my description, to be honest. It shouldn't be. I probably have the long one in the comments, in the description of the videos, I should say. But anyway. Everyone on BMAC has a referral link. Yeah, I might have dropped the referral link instead. That's probably what it is. Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know if I've ever done anything with an affiliate program for Buy Me a Coffee. Maybe it's just a referral link. So, yeah, absolutely, that's what it is. I'll pull that off. And we're going to wrap things up. We're going to send people on over to Nimmin Live coming up in about 14, 15 minutes from now. I need to get reset for that. So I want to appreciate everyone for coming. We had a lot of YouTube things to come through and discuss and announce and sort of go through. I thought there was quite a bit for a week, so that's all good. It's all good. And yeah, if you haven't already watched if you want to know more about the longer shorts rollout, make sure you go and watch my last video that came out about 24 hours ago. And I will see you over